Coach, as you look at this one tonight, how much did the self-inflicted wounds hurt you guys?
A lot. Statistically, I can give you exactly what the problem was. 22 turnovers for 22 points in a 20-point game. And then you have 31 free throws because you're attacking the basket. You miss 10 of them. There's your answer right there. Again, you do enough defensively to get the job done, but then you can't give the ball back each time to allow them to get run out and easy baskets. Self-inflicted wounds.
Jamal, I know the film on this one will need to be watched and all of that, but in your estimation over this recent stretch, what isn't clicking with your offense right now?
You know, I think as you bring guys back and guys are in and out of the lineup, it changes the dynamics of rhythm and roles and bodies moving in and out, and you're trying to preserve guys and not burn guys out, you know, minutes restriction. Those are all things, all right? Those are realities. And we said there was going to be bumps in the road. We were highly aware of that. There's going to be bumps as we go through this and get guys back into the lineup. Now, that is not an excuse for our spirit not being right and our energy not being right from the beginning of the game. And, again, it cannot be based on, you know, shots going in or out, because lately they have not been going in. And so you shoot 6 for 25 from 3. That leads to a lot of long rebounds to get out in transition. So you're putting your effort to get back in transition. And then when you do get the stops, you end up getting, you know, 22 turnovers for 22 points. Those are situations that we're going to have to clean up. So we'll watch this entire thing tomorrow to understand exactly where we need to improve, communicate at a high level what needs to be done and how we can approach it better as we look forward to Detroit on Saturday.
You mentioned it there. Just you can't let shots affect your effort and intensity. But how do you kind of make sure this team stays confident? You know, it's been a rough stretch of shooting, a very rough stretch of shooting, at least statistically. How do you keep this team confident and focused on the right things and on maybe the process of running this?
You have to stick with the process. You know, obviously numbers will at some point break the other way, but you've got to stay confident and you've got to continue to put the work in. It'll be a day tomorrow where you watch this entire film, you get shots up, you focus on the details of what we can do better, the things that we did well tonight, because obviously we're getting good looks. And so they're just not falling. So our ability to take care of the basketball, one, step into our shots with confidence, and then when we do get the stops, you've got to be able to get out and get easy baskets.
Guard against maybe players having a woe is me or kind of losing that self-confidence when it happens again and again.
You can have it tonight. You can have a woe is me, this stinks, because it does stink. When you come out and you don't perform to your level, you can say, okay, we didn't do our job tonight. We didn't play to our standard of basketball. Have that for tonight. Then when you wake up in the morning, you got to realize you've got a job to do because there's nothing and no one coming to save you. So you've got to be able to strap it back up, be ready to go, find the details, find the right process, come back in Saturday, be ready to play.
Jamal, going back to your point about getting bodies in and out, you did get Franz back tonight. Mm-hmm. What did you make of his performance in his 24 minutes and 27 seconds?
27. I went over. I told you I was going to go over. At least I wasn't 32 this time. I thought he was trying to find his rhythm. I thought he found a little groove. Again, you know, the guys were confident in finding him, his ability to attack, get downhill. You know, give Portland credit. They did a great job of switching things to try to stall us out. And they packed the paint very well. So give them a ton of credit for what they did defensively in order to stop us from getting to the lane. But, you know, we've got to also make some of those free throws to give ourselves a chance, timely shots, timely makes. But, you know, for Franz, I thought he did well for his first time back in this many weeks.
Coach, Orlando is 22-14 with Goga available and now 1-9 without him. How much does this team miss him over this last stretch? Not just as a defensive anchor, but his strong screens, his play finishing, his rebounding, everything he brings down low.
Was that a question or an actual statement that that's what we miss? Because your numbers exactly said what we miss. 1-9 without. So I think that we do miss him. We do miss bodies. We do physical presence, being able to hit guys, presence around the rim, playmaking, all those little things. I think, you know, again, but anytime you have bodies out, we've got to find ways to step up. And I think that's what we're going to have to continue to do because you don't know when guys are coming back because of certain type of injuries. But you've got to be able to step in and step up when your number is called, regardless of who's on the floor.
You just talked about Portland giving them credit defensively, switching looks up, packing the paint. I just want to build off of that point. When they are packing the paint like that, obviously throwing double teams at, you know, Paolo, Franz, trying to get into the lane, how difficult is it to generate any kind of offense when you guys aren't knocking down shots in the perimeter and they are packing the paint?
That's where the stops take place. And so we talk about easy baskets. You know, so if you turn them over, 15 times, you've got to make sure you finish the possession on the other end, and then you can't turn it back over. So I think our ability to get the stops, which we obviously did in certain areas, once you get those stops, you got to get out and run. I think that's the biggest key. Try to find your way to get easy baskets, watch the ball go in the hole, and then you can get out, and then it continues to build that confidence once you've seen a couple easy ones go into the basket.
It's been a few weeks since Paolo came back. Where do you feel he is in his kind of recovery and getting back into rhythm? Obviously today was a rough day, but what do you say to him after a game like this, and then where do you kind of see him at as he continues to work his way back into the lineup?
No, the same conversation we have with Franz, the same thing we'll have with him. You have to give yourself grace in these moments to understand that it's going to take rhythm after being out for this many games. And there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows, there's going to be moments, there's going to be bumps in the road. You have to look at those bumps, take that and learn from it, and reflect on how you felt after the game, what you did during the game, what you can do differently pregame or postgame in order to get your body exactly where it needs to be. But it takes the games in order to do that, because there is not a lot of practice time. So it's going to be film and games that we're going to have to feel and see exactly how we can continue and improve.
Thank you, Coach Mose.
Thank you all. Appreciate it.
All right, I'll be back with
Franz, obviously not the result you wanted, but how was the process of making a return today, and how did you feel out there?
Yeah, it was obviously really cool to play again. I was pretty nervous before the game. It was a long time for me out, but I felt decent within the game. Obviously, it's going to take me a little bit to hopefully get back into a rhythm, but it was fun to be back out there.
Just going to take time for the entire group to find its flow again, or what do you think contributed to the problems on offense tonight?
Yeah, we're struggling right now, and we got to understand, we got to stick together. It's part of a long season, and you go through ups and downs, and it's going to take everyone and us staying together to get out of it. And like I said, we got a bunch of games left, so there's no reason to hang our heads, but we got to get better.
Tristan, just what are you seeing from the offense, having been out there for the majority of the season? What are you seeing that's struggling right now offensively?
Yeah, I mean it's hard to kind of catch a rhythm with guys being out so much. Last game I saw the injury report. I think we had like 7 guys out. Obviously that doesn't help, but we just kind of gotta stick together and figure something out. Obviously having Franz back definitely helps. Kind of directing the floor, kind of seeing stuff out there, attacking mismatches and stuff like that. Definitely makes it easier. But yeah, we're just gonna have to learn from this and move forward.
Tristan, we've talked to you a few times this year about the variance in your role and kind of doing whatever the team asks of you. You moved back to the bench tonight, scored 16 points. Just what was kind of your mindset when you did come into the game, and what was that adjustment like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really change my game based on the role I play. I feel like, I'm kind of comfortable playing, whatever role I'm given. And just try to stay aggressive, be out there, create for myself and for others. And, it wasn't enough.
Tristan, Jamal Mosley talked before you guys came in and said, Portland did a great job defensively on you guys tonight, showing you guys different looks, packing the paint. When they are packing the paint like that and you guys are not contributing on the perimeter, knocking down shots, how difficult is it to, generate offense consistently?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like there's been a trend recently of teams kind of packing the paint. So we've seen that. We're kind of used to it. We're just looking for the right plays. So even if shots are not falling in games, we're still gonna shoot them because they're the right shots, and we still got confidence in every single one of us to shoot those shots. Yeah.
Francis, does someone say something in the locker room, or how do you guys approach this losing streak and moving forward?
Yeah, kind of what both of us said, it's going to take everyone, and we got to stick together. And, also not making excuses. It's no one's feeling sorry for us, and if any one of us is, then we gotta stop that right now, because it's gonna snowball if that's the case. So yeah, I think like I said, ups and downs are parts of the season, and there are opportunities to grow as well. And I think this is a good chance for us to do that.
Great.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thanks.